Jari Litmanen is the best!
Jari Litmanen is the best!
Jari Litmanen was by far the best player we've ever had in Finland.
Jari Litmanen is the greatest player from Finland ever.
Jari Litmanen, the king of Finnish football.
Fantastic footwork by Litmanen. Sumptuous skill from the Finn. Litmanen, now Ibrahimovic. Gets it back from the young Swede. Thinks about the curler and he's scored! A fantastic goal from the Finn. Delight for Koeman. Litmanen rolls back the years with a picture book strike that left Antonioli with no chance.
Down the years, Finland has produced some great sportsmen. Distance runners Paavo Nurmi and Lasse Viren, Formula 1 aces Mika Häkkinen and Kimi Räikkönen, as well as countless stars in ice hockey and other winter sports. And it's at one of the country's winter sports strongholds in Lahti, where Jari Litmanen, its most famous footballing son, took his first steps in a remarkable career spanning over 20 years.
Must be somewhere in Lahti, where I'm coming from. Early 70s, somewhere halfway 70s. I was. My father was playing football. My mother was playing football, so I was quite often with them on the training and on a game. So first kicks must be somewhere during that time. I used to play at school with schoolmates and of course with kids in the neighborhood where I grew up, and I started to play at the club where I was 5-6 years old. So I'm doing a lot of training, of course, with the club and with the kids around. Like I said, school, neighborhood where I'm living, and somewhere 13, 14 I started to practice by my own as well.
Litmanen first learned to develop his game at Lahti-based club Roipas, where his talents were spotted by coach Harry Kampman. Kampman, who also nurtured the early careers of Sami Hyppä and Jonas Kolka, knew he was dealing with something special.
Yeah, he was a very good example. His home was outside of Lahti, about 10 kilometers, and every time he came into the training by his bicycle, and all the time when he has a ball, he didn't rest. He did some kicks, and always he was ready to do something with the ball. Always he trained it. When he was about 10 years, he played also ice hockey. So before school, he came to Suurhalli to train there alone, and then he went to school, and then he came back to Suurhalli between training and school, and he trained 10 alone also. So I have to say that if you compare his trainings and the other boys' trainings, he trained it much more.
Yeah, I always have done quite a lot own practicing as well. I have taught those training sessions with the team. It's not enough. I mean, 5 minutes extra, 10 minutes extra or more. It's not too bad.
Honestly, I have to say that he was the most talented player in his age. So everybody here in Lahti waited that someday he can he can be a top player. Some coaches and some parents or some people said that he is too slow to be top player, but now we know that it wasn't true. I have heard the story. When he was, I think so, about 8 or 7 years old, and I met his teacher. And this teacher told that Jari has written a story where he told that someday he will be a top player in Europe, professional player in Europe. And he had a target in his mind that he will be a top player someday. But he didn't show, he didn't tell, and he was very confident. But everybody saw that he is ready to work hard to achieve these targets someday.
If I saw a player doing something specially or differently or in a good way with success, I probably try to do it and learn it, and things then just happen during the training or practice. So I mean, I have done a lot of things, tried to copy or doing things, but I have never used them because it's not maybe my style of playing, or it's not been useful for me during the game. But of course there are some things which are really on my game, and it comes from somewhere. Of course, team where I grew up, team where in the club where my father and my mother played, those players were of course the heroes. But first heroes, let's say international heroes, were first Kevin Keegan from Liverpool and then Kenny Dalglish from Liverpool. Liverpool was my favorite club, so I used to follow them. So those two were my favorite players. And a little bit later in the early 80s, it became Diego Maradona, Argentina. And after that, I understood a little bit more about football, so I followed good clubs, good players. So there have been a lot of players I have admired.
He would, of course, go on to become an idol to kids around the world himself. However, it's amazing to think it now, but Litmanen could very easily have been lost to the world of football to his other major passion, ice hockey.
Yeah, I liked ice hockey a lot. I started football early years already, like I said, 5-6 years over at the club, and I started ice hockey at the club later. But I played with kids at school, neighborhood, winter time, and it was really nice. And then I finished ice hockey. I was 13, 14. I finished it. I think I was 14. I finished it. And I started to focus on football. So last year was already for me that winter time. I was playing games and practicing, but I was already with my thoughts on football. So this is going to be my last ice hockey year, and I go further with football because I knew it. I have to choose it anyway somewhere. Sooner or later, if I want to be a good football player, I need to quit ice hockey. And it was a sad moment, sad weeks, months to leave ice hockey because I really like it. But I had to more football heart anyway, and I knew it. I can get something nice from football as well. I mean, I like the football a lot. It's the way of living. It's been a hobby for me early years, and I have always kept it as a hobby. Took a lot of time, energy from other things, and of course it's been a profession for me as well. But the main point is still I like it, and I have get it as a hobby, and I think that's the most important reason why I'm still playing, and I have been playing so long. It's something what I really like to do it, and I have had quite a lot of injuries and some difficult times as well. But I mean, in the end, it's a nice game.